Welcome to the Dog Pass Show. We have a special episode today. My personal friend Amy is on the show today talking about smooth and rough coat collies.
Well, my name is Amy, and I volunteer with a couple different rescues. For Collie Rescue, I foster and volunteer for Houston Collie Rescue and Freedom Collie Rescue. So rough and smooth coat collies are actually the same breed. It's just a gene that makes their coat long or short. Most people are more familiar with the rough coat collies, kind of like Lassie, but I've got a good sampling of collies behind me of both coat types.
I like that you call them a sampling, so it's like a variety pack. Can you point out who's who? Because we can see them pretty well.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you can see the old man sleeping on the floor. Yep. That one is Laddie, and he is a sable rough collie. He's actually a foster that's available for adoption. There you go, right there, with Freedom Collie Rescue. Up there on the couch, those are my boys. That is Kenzo. He is a tri-smooth collie. And over there we have Bravo. He's actually a smooth collie mix. He had one full collie parent and one part collie parent. Down on the floor over here, we have the ever so handsome Scout. He is a sable rough collie.
Amy, I'm going to be honest, I'm not convinced that you're not in front of a green screen right now and you've set up a photo of your dogs.
Well, it's really good right now.
Now, we just went over smooth and rough coat collies, so how does that come to be? Is it if I have a mom and dad who are rough coats, I'm going to be a rough coat?
Yes, for rough coats. The rough coat is a recessive gene, and the smooth coat is the dominant gene. Interestingly enough, in the US and in Canada, they are treated all as the same breed. But in UK and Australia, they're treated as separate breeds and they're bred separately.
Now, is there going to be any behavioral differences between the two?
Not really. Both of them should have the same good-natured collie personality. Collies are known for their intelligence. They're pretty friendly to other people, other animals, and they are known to be a little bit sensitive emotionally. So there's four main collies colors. There is the sable and white, there is the blue merle, there is the tri, and then there is a white collie. And those are the four main ones. There's lots of variation within that. A good home for a collie would be somebody who does not mind brushing their dog. Obviously, the rough coats require a fair amount of grooming, and the smooth coats also require regular grooming every week. But they're also the type of dog that is happy to sit on the couch with you and watch a movie. They are not very independent. They definitely want to be a part of the pack. They want to be with other people and or other pets. So they're a very, very social dog.
If you're looking into getting a collie, you should, I know this is controversial, but you should probably have a backyard or at least a place very close by you can walk them often.
I agree with that. Collies don't, in general, make the best apartment dogs. Not to say that you couldn't have a collie live a good life in an apartment. In general, the collies do require space to run, at least a yard to run in. If you do have a dog park nearby, that would be able to provide them some outlets. But you'll want to, if you live in an apartment, you need to be prepared to go on like several 3 to 4 good walks or exercises per day.
Do you say there's common health issues or things to look out for if you have a collie?
I think the most common thing to be aware of and concerning thing to be aware of is that there's something called the Collie multi-drug sensitivity. It is a defect in their MDR1 gene, which makes it difficult for them to process certain medications. So some medications they can't process at all, and some they just have to have modified doses of. And it's pretty important because some of them are common medications that are given to dogs. So just making sure that you're aware of the medications on the list, that your veterinarian is aware of the medications on that list, and if at all possible, get your dog tested because there is a test to see if your dog does have the gene sensitivity or the gene defect,
Is there a name for that test, or is it just testing for gene?
The MDR1 or Collie multi-drug sensitivity test. A really good resource for collie owners is Washington State University. It lists the different drugs that they are potentially sensitive to, the doses that are safe if they do need to be given one of the medications on the list. It is called the Collie multi-drug sensitivity, but other breeds are affected by it, including Australian Shepherds are frequently affected by it as well.
What are the benefits of adopting a collie?
Well, I think anytime you adopt from a rescue group, first of all, the dog is coming from a foster home. So a lot of times the foster will be able to tell you a lot more about the dog. And frequently we do get in adult dogs, and When a dog is an adult, you have a little bit better handle on their personality, where puppies can grow and change quite a bit over time. Many of the rescues that we have in our foster homes have come from abused and neglectful situations. And when you take a dog out of a place like that and you put them in a good home, they really, really start to shine. And I think that you will never know love like that of a rescue dog. Consider adopting, considering fostering, consider volunteering. A lot of people think that the only way they can help rescue is by adopting or by donating, which is great, and you absolutely can. But you can screen applications, you can help transport dogs. And honestly, don't even underestimate the liking and sharing social media posts is a huge help to rescues, because it helps get the words out there about our different dogs that we have available, and it also helps spread, the rescue's needs. And not to mention, it's emotionally validating for the rescue volunteers to have more engagement from people who are following our Facebook pages and Twitter and whatever accounts we have.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As I said earlier, Amy's a friend of mine, and I want to share a quick story about her. We were at an adoption event, and we had our adoptables out front, a bunch of beautiful pugs, and a stray dog comes running, and without missing a beat, Amy says, "Hold this!" She shoves a 15-year-old pug in my arms, and she just runs to get the dog. Now, the owner came up, arrived, and the dog was all safe and everything, and she didn't need to do anything too dramatic, but that's the amazing spirit of animal rescue. And this wasn't captured on video, but these are just the moments that happen every day. Whether you know it or not, they're happening. There's good people who do the right thing for animals. Stray animal, longer-term care and fostering, not just the moment-to-moment heroism as I'm describing, but also longer-term care. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. And we all could be a lot more like that throughout our life. Anytime we see an animal in need, a dog or a cat who's stray, that's very important to me. And I think we need more people like that. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we will catch you on the next episode. Thank you.